I lingered at the edge of the wedding hall, the scent of roses mingling with expensive perfume thick in the air. My sister gleamed, the kind of beauty only wealth and attention can craft. Cameras followed her every step. Laughter seemed to orbit her like confetti. And my parents, they revolved around her like devoted planets. I whispered, "Congratulations." She didn't glance at me, didn't flinch. For a moment I thought she hadn't heard. But her smile faltered for a heartbeat before she turned away, her veil catching the light like a silent taunt. My mother busied herself with other guests. My father avoided my gaze completely. That's when I realized something was wrong. They told me to arrive early, keep things simple, not bring anyone, and avoid a scene. I assumed it was practical instructions. I was wrong. It was about exclusion. When I walked into the hall, my name wasn't on the guest list. The coordinator looked at me like I was a stranger. My seat card was missing. No place at the family table. As if I didn't exist. I watched my parents smiling for family photos, introducing my sister to her new in-laws. The perfect family portrait, minus the inconvenient sibling. I smiled quietly, sat in the corner, pretending not to notice, until I caught a fragment of conversation. A careless whisper from one of my aunts, the kind of gossip meant for someone thought invisible. "Did you hear? Her parents said she's difficult. They didn't want drama. Said she always ruins things." Difficult. That's what they labeled me for refusing to stay silent about where my sister's wedding money came from. My account. 2 months prior, I noticed a series of withdrawals. Small at first, then growing. My father handled my trust fund, so I assumed it was an error. But checking the statements, I saw transfers labeled family expense. And each one carried my sister's name, designer dress, venue deposit, even the photographer. When I confronted them, they called it borrowing. "She's getting married," my mother said, voice quivering with false guilt. "You're single. You don't need it right now." Her tone was soft, manipulative. I didn't shout. I didn't argue. I just nodded. That's when I understood something essential. Their loyalty had never been to fairness. It was to appearances. So I acted quietly. The next morning I called the bank, reported the unauthorized transfers, provided proof, closed the trust account, and redirected the remaining funds to my personal one. But that was recovery, not revenge. The true revenge was silence. I didn't tell them what I'd done. I let them believe they'd gotten away with it. I let them plan a wedding they could no longer afford. My sister posted updates about her dream day. I watched the countdown to disaster unfold online, and I said nothing. At the wedding, I was no longer the victim. I was the audience. I watched her twirl in her gown, oblivious that the venue payment had bounced 2 days ago. The florist check too. The photographer's final invoice was due in an hour, and they all had my contact info. After the ceremony, when everyone was distracted taking photos, I left quietly, calmly. The cold evening air welcomed me. My heels clicked against the marble, my heart steady. I knew the storm was coming. And it did, exactly 58 minutes later. First came my mother's call, then my father's, then my sister's. A string of missed calls, each one more frantic. Vendors arrived demanding payment before releasing footage, photos, even the bouquets. The venue threatened to cut the lights unless the balance was settled. Their perfect wedding was unraveling in real time. I turned off my phone and smiled. They had always underestimated silence, assuming power came from yelling or confrontation. No, true power is restraint. Let them feel ignored. Let them wonder where I was, why I didn't answer. Let them taste the isolation they had so easily served me. I imagined my sister's makeup smudged, veil askew, scrambling to explain to her in-laws that her own sister had accessed her account, or some melodramatic lie like that. I pictured my father making calls he couldn't smooth over, my mother crying as she realized the perfect family portrait had fractured beyond repair. I didn't go to the after-party. I didn't post a thing. Instead, I sat by my apartment window, the city lights twinkling below. Somewhere across town, their meticulously constructed world was crumbling in whispers and shame. And me? I felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, just clarity. They built a life where I didn't exist. So I gave them a wedding without me, financially, emotionally,